Houston, we have a problem. So I hope if you're watching this, you already watched the video I did about Jocelyn Hernandez. Because I think these two situations are pretty much aligned. So if you haven't, I would suggest that you go back and watch the video right before this one. Right? The toxic feminine, Jocelyn Hernandez. It will provide very good context for this. So we have a young woman that is stuck in Dubai, goes by the sassy trucker. That's apparently her handle on TikTok or wherever. But she's apparently stuck over there because she got into a verbal dispute in this country with somebody from that country working at a car rental agency. Now, they've given the story and they've kind of put this spin on it where they're making her out to be somewhat of a victim. I don't really believe it just by her handle, the sassy trucker. I know she probably got a mouth on her. She probably does. I'm not saying that she does, but just if you listen to the story, there seems to be a lot more that is not being said. I don't know if because they don't have the information or, there's obviously no video to go along with the incident, but contextually speaking, I think this is probably what happened. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems pretty reasonable to make that deduction.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as terrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai. Fox 26's Domly Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Domly.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City, but according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public.
It also could result in prison time. So it's very scary.
The trip turned terrifying for Tiara Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well.
She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money.
Now, that might make sense, number one, if they rented the vehicle without having it insured. I know that some people have made the mistake to not get insurance and then something happens and then they have to pay for whatever damages. Sometimes even when you're insured, if the damage is catastrophic, they might even charge you more than the deductible. That happens. So that's a possible. If they did have insurance, I don't understand why they would have to pay any more money than what the agreement was contractually speaking. I hope you understand what I'm saying, because if you have insurance, like let's say it's $13 or whatever it is, if you get into a crash, that's supposed to cover you. But if it's like some type of where you were at fault, then you have to pay a deductible of like $500 or something like that. So, there is some validity to probably why she had to pay money. I'm not from Dubai. I'm not there. I wasn't there in person. I don't know. I'm just saying it's possible.
She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her.
Baxter says her 29-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice.
Well, Quanell X, Mr. Community Activist, she's in a foreign country. They have different customs, they have different laws, they have a different set of what you might call overall decorum. So if somebody goes over there and they do something untoward that is outside of the mores of that country, you're saying that they should not be held responsible? Why do you think Brittany Griner was in jail? Remember that situation? Wasn't even that long ago. She was in a foreign country, had something that was illegal by their standards, and everybody was like, oh, well, she's a basketball player, she's this, she's that, so she should get off. No. You go to a foreign country, if you're ignorant of their laws, that's your problem. Whatever happens is on you. And that's not just for women, mind you. Men travel and have all kinds of crazy things happen to them because they act like, they're in the US. They get robbed and all kinds of things. Have people put stuff in their drinks, make them fall asleep. They get up, all their jewelry is missing, their money's missing, credit cards. They clean them out. People get kidnapped, held for ransom. Shit, it happens right here in the US. It happens in the Bronx. There are women that have set guys up right in this borough to be set up, robbed, killed, kidnapped, and held for ransom. Right here. How much more dangerous do you think it is going to a foreign country and being so aloof that you could go there and behave how you want and think it's just going to go your way?
If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
It's been very emotional. There are some days I stay up all night crying.
They have a strict law system that is really based on theocracy.
This website warns, quote, laws and customs are very different, so be aware of your actions to ensure they don't offend while in United Arab Emirates. Now, after Baxter says her daughter was charged with screaming in Dubai, her passport has been taken, and the American social media influencer who works as a truck driver can't leave the UAE, according to her mom. And her mom says she's been placed under a travel ban pending the outcome of the investigation.
It's very frightening. The longer she's been there, the more reality has started to kick in.
In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai. It's not fair and it's not right.
Well, Mr. X, your opinion is irrelevant, and that's the problem with people like you. You see, your opinion as an American about how other people run their country, it does not matter. It's a foreign country. It's not a U.S. territory. That means they have different laws, different customs, different standards. Nobody seems to be getting that. And this is why I looked at this clip and I was like, what are these people talking about? It's not fair. You're in Dubai. You're in the United Arab Emirates. You're not in America. Now, just for context, I want you to see this for yourself. Because when I say there's things that, go into what I believe about this person and the character and what I think might have happened, I think it's important that this part of it is shown just for more context, to hear a woman speak about the women in this industry. And I'll leave it there. That's my piece.
As the sassy trucker, she's an over-the-road truck driver in America, a trucking influencer. It's really a whole segment of these women. They get into trucking, they get these BBLs, they wear these tight clothes, they're bending over online, doing these pre-trips and post-trips, or they stop to the truck stop to get fueled up, and they're bending over at the fuel pumps, trying to get all of the men's attention that's around them, because trucking for the longest, since forever, it's a male-dominated profession. But in recent years, you have a lot of females come into the industry. In my opinion, they have not made the industry better. And yes, I'm talking about this trend where females are running around in Magic City uniforms, looking like they just left the club 6 o'clock in the morning, frolicking around the truck stops, all around the yards and trucking companies, shippers, receivers, talking about their truck drivers now. It's like a whole 304 segment of some sort of female trucker OnlyFans. City girls are everywhere now. They're in every industry, from the boardroom to the classroom to the highways.
She said it, not me, but that was hilarious. 304 OnlyFans trucking. That's what she called it. But there you have it. So she's being detained. Apparently it's been a while now, right? Passport taken, can't leave, and this is owing to her screaming at somebody in a car rental. What's the lesson here? The lesson here is, if you're traveling, I suggest that you know where you're traveling to and you dial your attitude all the way back, just for your own benefit. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.